We're at the old Japanese jail here in Saipan, an island in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. And this is Untethered, where we live stream the world. And I'm Leslie Green.
So you don't have to.
That's right. Good add-on. Hi, Erica. How you doing?
Hi, y'all. I'm good. I just got the computer up and running. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be late, but I was like right on time, so I'm good.
You were perfectly on time. Yeah, we were doing a little pre-show today, and I was worried you weren't going to show up, and you came in right during the credits. It was perfect. You know, what I like about doing the pre-show is there's time for me to realize I haven't hit the go live button. That's a very important element. Well, are you guys excited about seeing the old Japanese jail?
Yes, actually, because one of
if I say no, will that affect things?
No, not really.
Will it make it weird?
No, not
okay.
really.
Sorry, Erica. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just this is one of the biggest things about that place because you know about our history with the people there. Sounds great. Sounds great that's the main history.
I think the most amazing thing here is that Amelia Earhart was brought here after she disappeared. That's guaranteed, absolutely, positively a fact of the universe. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. No, that is the rumor. The internet is all of us about that. In fact, that's the only thing anybody has to say about the jails. We may not get many other facts unless you guys have them. But everybody's like, Amelia Earhart was there. She was definitely there. I was like, I don't think she was. But, I can't prove she wasn't. But we can prove she's not here currently.
If she was there, they'd have a propaganda film about it.
She'd say, I'm so glad I crashed in America.
It was so nice to see that guy had a rosary bead necklace on and all that stuff. He was so great to me.
Not like those stupid Shintos.
Oh no, Amelia!
That is not my
heart.
Oh.
I watched an online. What's a YouTube channel where they do funny little bits with old. They just put pictures of like old 50s, 60s cartoons, superhero cartoons up on there, and then on the thing, and they'll. Well, Wesley, I think you may have sent me a video from this channel. And then they'll put text at the top and bottom. And one recently was about Iron Man and Captain America, in which Iron Man just assumed since Captain America was from the 40s, he was super racist.
Well, I mean, it was probably a safe assumption also from present day.
Oh, no. Captain America was not racist at all. So
no, and not in that clip. The real Captain America, who knows, because he wasn't real.
Well, I mean, in that case, you can just make up whatever you want. There's no verifiable facts to say you're wrong or right.
I do.
So that's what I'm going to say. He wasn't racist.
Oh, all right. Well,
Steve Rogers,
better story.
Like Steve Rogers, Captain America. Let me be clear. Steve Rogers, Captain America, not the current Captain America in the MCU. It was Sam Wilson, formerly the Falcon.
Right.
That's right.
I mean, you can't say currently in the MCU. They're movies, so they all exist now. So there's two Captain Americas in the movies.
There are, and the comics at this point too. They've got Sam and Steve are two different Captain Americas. So.
Wow. Well, this is not Captain America. This is Captain Japan.
Wasn't a Captain Japan.
No, there wasn't a Captain Japan, and they're not wasting their time with comic books.
The Japanese are
waste a lot of time with comic books
for not having any sort of comic book type thing in their country at all. They hate that stuff.
No, that's right. Such a waste of time.
They are too busy to indulge in that kind of stuff. That's for kids. Okay,
that's right. That's absolutely right. We can take this opportunity to see something else that the Japanese created besides comic books. Would you like me to flip the camera around and get started?
Yes.
Because it's hot. It's why I'm asking. I want to get out of the sun.
Oh, okay. Japanese didn't create comic books.
They didn't create comic books? Where did
Well,
all the manga come from?
I mean, they made those. I'm just saying that they didn't create the concept, I don't believe.
Why does it create
the
okay, concept?
Okay.
I'm just saying they make comic books. All right. This thing I was telling Scott just a few minutes ago, this thing said online, clearly it opens, I'm using quote marks in the air right now, opens at 8 o'clock. Do you see anything that would ever be closed?
I mean, you think with it being a jail, the answer should be yes, but
well, it's not a functioning jail.
I guess not.
Mm-mm.
Have you
All right,
looked at this place before? Like, is someone going to come running up at you and snack you with a newspaper because you're there at a different time?
Is a former
no, it's
prisoner?
a historic site. There's your Pan Heritage Trail sign.
Is a former prisoner going to run up and yell at you?
Maybe he'll run up and say, "Hey, have they let us out yet? Nobody came to tell me."
Hey, have you met Amelia Earhart?
She said the next. Oh, this is not an entry to anything.
She was just here.
It's very buggy. Let's get in here.
Oh, wow. Well, this is like a terrible place to spend your prison time.
They could at least sweep up a little.
It's less a prison, more a terrarium.
Well, maybe making it sound lovely.
Well, I mean, there's like a grasshopper in there and a turtle, and you know.
Yeah, it's definitely overgrown. I mean, this is a running theme here with World War II sites. This is they are not well upkept. It's really weird that the national government doesn't do something here.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I guess not really weird. They don't do anything, period. But zing, take that, national government. Oh, let's walk on the other side.
If you're gonna market as such, as like a national historic site, yeah, you think somebody would.
Well, that's the thing. It's not.
It's not.
We are in a country that really doesn't have any World War II sites here, except for this here, and Guam, of course, and Hawaii. Okay, so a few, but not many.
And Pearl Harbor.
Hawaii, yes. Okay.
Oh, you did say Hawaii. Dadgummit.
Dadgummit. That's all right. If I had forgotten it, I would appreciate your adding it in. But we don't have much, you know.
Right.
And,
yeah.
I think that
and here
it up because it's so important.
These aren't listed.
War.
This is not on the net. I mean, well, maybe we can look up later if any of these are on the National Register of Historic Places, because the signs, the Heritage Trail signs, that's like local. That's the CNMI that does that. And put up the trail and say, you know, and I imagine they have limited funds. I don't expect them to come in here and spend tons of money to restore or, you know, improve any of these sites. That's the job of the national government. That's why we have a National Register of Historic Places. And they're just like, nah, it's not going to. I mean, I don't know what the theory is. Maybe it's just an oversight. I think we need to start an online campaign. I always want to get, you know, something going here. This is something good for us to promote. These sites need to be on the National Register of Historic Places. Unless they already are, in which case I guess let's search for another cause.
Well, I mean, you're right, though. There aren't many places that are American territory where battles were fought in World War II, which is a good thing for us, obviously. But
right. Not that I'm requesting someone to come and fight some World War II battles, so we'll have some historic sites. I'm just saying it was fought here.
If you want to have some kind of like, you know, historical recreation or something, that'd be all right, I guess. But
wow, this is weird. Okay, so this is the doorway.
It looks like a chimney.
Well, I guess they had it was not concrete floors. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the floor, what you're looking at over there was the toilet, and the rest was the cell, I guess.
The toilet.
That would have been the toilet right there.
Really high off the ground, given that angle. I mean,
that's not the ground. I mean, that's not the floor.
Oh.
That's the underside of the building. the floor would have been at the level that the toilet was.
I guess that's true. Okay. Well,
and I'm assuming the Japanese at that time would have used squat toilets. That looks like the a squat toilet, before, I guess in this case, after the toilet is installed.
Well, I mean, where is sort of the line from the threshold? Where would that sort of meet with the toilet for the the door?
The door is going to be approximately where the floor level was.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If you could see the line that goes straight across, that's where the toilet is.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so that would almost be kind of inset almost into the floor, then, wouldn't it?
That's right. That's how squat toilets have to be built.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Also, I don't know if you're seeing these insects, but there's a lot of them. Wow, trees in here.
They've been holding those trees prisoner all these years.
Now, wait, this is like the luxury look. Look how big this cell is. I wonder if
The luxury cell.
The luxury prison. You're right. Yeah. They get to sit in there in their luxury cell with their air conditioning, their TV. It ain't so bad. These prisoners ain't got it so bad. I love when people around here say that. Yeah.
Rob a bank.
They're eating good,
Yeah. 3 meals a day.
I don't understand why people say that and then don't go rob a bank. If they believe that, it would. That's a win-win. I mean, either you get caught or you don't. Either way, you got life made.
That's what I've said too. I was like, well, if you think it's so great and you want to live off the government's largesse in a jail, why don't you go commit a crime? And then you can get in there. And the person I was speaking to said, well, no, I know better than to do that. I don't want to do stuff that's wrong. Like, you don't really believe the crap you're talking is what it is. I mean, if you really believe. But these were some of the same people who got mad when they renovated the local housing projects. They got mad.
Living in misery.
Yeah, they got mad that the poor people got, their houses upgraded a little bit.
Well, that's a high moral standard.
It really is. They were like, I'm just going to sell my 3-story house and go live down there in the projects. Sure you are.
Love it. Love stupid people. Not really, obviously.
Who has a 3-story house?
These people did. And not only was it a 3-story house, it was like it almost seemed like a tower because it was much taller than it was wide. At least it seemed to me. And they had cleared, like, there's a big field behind it, and a lot of it was very clear. It looked like they were like ready in case the Poors ever decided to come attack them or something. Like they were ready to be in their tower with their rifles and stuff to defend themselves from the Poors or the brown people. I don't know, both. Whenever that happened, it looked. That's what it looked like to me. I don't know what to tell you. So don't build your house in the middle of what looks like a kill zone.
Yeah.
Well, I recently posted one of an upcoming episode where I was saying this may be a short episode, and that it is true. We got to get used to the idea that some episodes are just not going to have the material that others do, and it feels like this one might be it. I don't know. I guess after we've looked around this whole thing, maybe it has been a while, or will have been a while, but it's very small.
What is going on right there? What?
It's a crazy looking tree. It has nothing to do with the jail. It's like there was a tree that grew very large and then broke. Right? No.
Yeah, and now new trees are growing out of it. Yeah.
Is that mimosas growing out of it?
You probably know this stuff better than I do. So let me show you these leaves.
It looks like them. Yeah. It sure does, Erica.
Yeah, mimosas are persistent, so those would grow up out of. They're like will grow in the. Oh, look at that! In the death trees, like they'll just grow anywhere.
It's the Deathly Hollow. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallow. Yeah, I'm almost more interested in like seeing the trees and the vines and stuff like growing everywhere than.
I gotta say, me too. I'm with you on that one.
It's what really sucks about this is that this island is supposed to be so important to World War II and definitely for the United States' success in World War II. And the U.S. can't be bothered to do just a little bit of something to memorialize something. And that's why when you were mentioning CNMI does, it's because they have to honor the people that died fighting with the U.S. there. And that's why they're probably doing it to remember their people. Oh, look at that. Nice little vines growing where the pooper was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. Like, this is the very sort of thing that people in government love to get a hold of so it can be their cause. And I said, let's do it for them. Some politician in Washington that needs a cause should be here looking at this.
Well, I mean, in part, I think is because it's a very safe cause. Like nobody's going to be brilliantly against it. People might not care, but they're not going to be like angry that you're trying to get it done. Probably. I mean, there'll always be some jerks, but you know.
Well, I was going to say, like, they can make controversy out of anything.
Oh yeah, I always said, you know, some of the people I know, the current president who might be of the opposite party could put out, you know, how to spin straw into gold, and they'd still gripe about how he'd done it.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't believe he gave us free cake. Let's go, Brandon. Dirt, dirt, dirt.
But Obama taught me how. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I do agree with you, Scott. It's this is a very non-controversial. Someone had to make it into a controversy.
Yeah.
American World War II site that is in disrepair, and not just sites, but like a series of sites. They've got the Garapan Trail has something like 24 sites on it. Not quite that.
I'm going to go out on a little bit of a limb here and say it's probably because the people there cannot vote for them. There's nobody there that can vote for someone in Congress, so there's nobody there that cares.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if that's how it works.
Oh yeah, that's definitely how it's working in Puerto Rico. I mean, you never hear anybody talk about, you know, CNMI because
it's so small.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, if it were a state, would be larger than half the states in the Union.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people there, and they don't get any representation in Congress. No, I wasn't doubting that that's how it works in Congress. I'm just saying that I don't know how they pick where they're going to improve new sites. That being the national. I'm drawing a blank. What's it called? The
National Registry of
Historic Places. Thank you. Yes, National Registry of Historic Places. I don't know how they choose those things. I don't know how funding goes. I don't know any of it. But however it works, it seems like World War II sites on American soil should be a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because again, nobody there can vote for them, and it's not bringing.
Okay, but if they did, there would only be 2 votes. That's not the hinge on which this.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they had a senator, let's say they were a state and they had a senator, or 2 senators, in fact, then that still wouldn't swing everything in their direction. Also, you don't need a congressional vote for the National Register of Historic Places to add something to the list. And
I didn't know that.
No, I mean, if I'm wrong about that, somebody in the comments let me know.
I thought it took an act of Congress.
The fact that they made this into Welfare Island, I mean, that instead of like place,
what?
Like it really, they like made it to where nobody. The island only gets the island gets kind of like a stipend from the government to survive. So when the people have like all their government programs anyway. So I don't know about how they do with like projects or anything like that, but there's no. I guess they they just give them a finite amount of money, and then they're like, well, we don't have any money for this crap. We're not going to keep up with anything. You know?
Can we please come up with and pitch a show to a conservative network called Welfare Island?
I think that's a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is it where conservatives have to go and try and live off of welfare?
No.
It would be a conservative network.
It'd be a conservative network, so it would be like a comedy talking about how silly the people on Welfare Island are.
Oh, okay.
It'd be a comedy. A comedy.
Wait, I like the idea of it being like a reality competition show.
Okay. We can workshop it off air. It'll be fun. Reality. You've only got $40 left on your food stamps. What are you going to do this week? You get voted off the island? No, I'm not going to get it voted off the island. I'm going to fucking starve. I only got $4 for a whole week.
Maybe the commentators are making the reality show commentary, as you just said, but then when we cut to the live show, it's actually just people that are on welfare, and they're like, what the are you talking about? So I'm trying to buy groceries, you idiot.
It's just people like all the shots are just like you're filming from the street, you know, and you're just seeing people in like the projects and that kind of thing, and they're doing commentary over it like a David Attenborough kind of thing.
Yeah.
These people need help from the government to survive. Without their welfare checks, they may not last the week. If only they'd pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get a better
There's
job.
the conservative network part.
Yeah, I had to turn it around so it wasn't just sad. You know,
Right.
Give them a joke there. If they don't like where they're living, they should move somewhere else.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because I see a lot of liberals saying that about the South too. And I'm like, hey, did you know, liberals from the North, that there are us progressives in the South too? Like this one guy, literally, it's my friend's brother on the old Facebooky. He was like, people shouldn't have any events in Georgia or the South. Also, all women should leave the South. I'm like, yes, that's reasonable. That's smart.
Great plan.
Maybe he's just trying to meet more ladies. He's like, yeah, all you ladies in the South
should come to my house.
Why don't you move up this way? Yeah, I love that argument about if you don't like it, you can just move. It's like, yeah, you're right. I've got the thousands of dollars that would be necessary to move house.
Right.
Somewhere across, somewhere else where it's a better area, where the laws don't discriminate against me or the people I love or whoever, or people in general. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's also basically both sides kind of a thing. One is assuming that that you could just get up and go and screw you, and also let's bully you out of there. And then the other is assuming that for some reason there's a dreamland where you could just up and go whenever you please anyway if you don't like it. Like, okay.
Right. Right. Well, then there's one more thing too. Like there was a time when the idea was, let's try and make America a livable place for everybody, everywhere in the country. And now they're like, well, just leave, just abandon it, get out of there.
Yep.
Well, which that's what I say about the country in general. But
that's what I was about to say. I was like, well, I
mean, there is a place like that though. We've just imagined it. It's called Welfare Island. Yeah, that's right. You can leave your troubles behind and move to Welfare Island.
Leave your troubles behind on Welfare. No, wait, come and get a whole new set of troubles at Welfare Island. Got no reprieve from your woes on Welfare Island. Oh, wait, it's a conservative show. I keep forgetting this.
What do you mean my food stamps won't pay for diapers? What am I supposed to use?
Oh, you know what food stamps pay for there at CNMI though? They pay for seeds so you can grow food, and they pay for harpoons and other fishing equipment. I just really had to fixate on the harpoon thing because they pay for it.
Yes. Can we go whaling with our WIC money?
Well, I mean, you got to figure they can go fishing there and feed. There's a lot of fish. Wesley saw fish jumping out of the water there. Like they were like, "Eat me."
They did not want to be consumed. They're just very rude fish.
They also flipped me off. I don't know what.
That was Mr. Limpet.
Thank you. See, it is catching on. It is catching on.
Well, Mr. Limpet is beloved by every episode of this show.
Potty mouth. Mr. Limpet.
Oh no!
It's the dark, gritty Mr. Limpet reboot. That's what I want to see.
Did you like the old Japanese jail? I didn't hear a lot of facts about the jail over here.
Oh, it sure did look nice. That's not a fact. Crap.
That's an opinion.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty cool. I mean, just now I actually want to switch the camera around. I don't know if we got this great shot.
Yeah, sorry we kind of just talked over, didn't talk about the concrete walls and stuff. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you don't really need to comment. I mean, people can see it, but I don't know a lot about the jail. We got in the pre-show. We got the dates. Do you remember the dates, Scott?
1929 to 1930.
Whoa, good memory. And it was built by the Japanese. And apparently, the internet cannot stop fixating on the idea that Amelia Earhart was brought here after she crashed, I guess.
Wesley, there's people on the internet that vehemently believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Wow,
right. Wait a minute.
But that was like,
wait,
there should be facts.
That big room there, the deluxe one, that was Earhart's.
It had to be. They were like, "Oh, a celebrity. We should,
let's give her the nice room.
Give her the nice cell."
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll kind of look for a moment here. Yeah. So I was going to end it, and then if you guys want to keep chatting, that is perfectly okay. I had mentioned I wanted to start cutting the episode when we're done with the site, and then we can chat after. It's a chat show, so not a problem. But I want to start making episodes that are short enough that when people look at them, they go, "Oh, I might watch that," instead of 3 hours. No, thank you. I know that's what I think when I see a long video. But I don't have a lot about the jail, to be honest. There's not a lot on Wikipedia about it, and I mean, there's plenty of like sites that mention it, but there's not really a lot of facts. And maybe it's just that it's not a particularly important jail. Like without the Amelia Earhart thing, there's no tie to history. It's just that it's an old jail.
I wonder if that's part of the reason there's no funding and stuff for them, because it's boring.
Well, they probably do have some standards, but I got to be honest. Just the fact that it was built while the Japanese controlled the island by the Japanese, and then we took over, and I mean that seems like that would be enough to me to get it on the National Register. There's some bullshit on the National Register for sure. It's just according to local politics, and someone was able to push it through. And I feel like we could be that someone, but not really just for this site. Like I don't want to make it sound like that this is just my favorite place, so let's get it on the list. There's a half dozen sites here, and not last time, but one of the shows we did was out by the beach where they'd taken an old Japanese World War II tank and plopped it on top of a pillbox and went, well, there you go. There's your site. And there's not so much as I don't think there was even a sign there that like talked about it. It's just that there's not a lot of preservation going on the island. I feel like the Historic Register needs to get on top of this. Some politicians do. Some politicians that need easy points in their favor needs to get on this. And of course, as we mentioned, there's no direct representation in Congress. So some senator or representative can champion, anyone from the states, from the mainland can champion this cause, or from Hawaii. Anybody can champion this cause, and get some points, and it's not even something like where they have to. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they don't have to go through Congress and get them to act on it. It's just a matter of getting the National Register to add it.
But if you had a congressperson on your side, that would probably lend your.
If there were a congressperson from here that had a vote, I would love to say yes, Scott, because I want to get on board with your they deserve representation, but I don't think it would actually make a difference.
Well, no,
they have a non-voting representative in Congress, so they have a voice. They just don't have a vote. I don't think it would matter.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you had a congressperson that would champion your cause, I mean, that's like having a famous person, just somebody with some.
Oh, you mean like anybody? Yeah, absolutely. If just like somebody to stand up and go, like maybe one of the senators from Hawaii could say, "This is something that needs to be done," and he could pound his fist on a podium, and people would say whatever, like they do in Congress. You've seen what is it called? C-SPAN? I always call it ESPN. Our Congress is so disengaged. Like someone sits there and gives a boring speech, and people don't even pay attention to it.
Yeah, you see, like British Parliament, and these are always like when they're on the news. Obviously, it's something very important, but they're always like yelling and cheering and all this kind of stuff when people make a point. Like they really freaking get into it. But here it's just like, oh yeah, I can't be bothered to show up.
Oh, but
yeah, they don't even show up.
Times like at in Parliament where like there's nothing going on though. And like, I mean, because it's like constant. And then like, there's been representatives, they saw him sleeping in Parliament, like Jacob Rees-Mogg, I think that's his name. Anyway, he's one of the Tories over there, but he was asleep. He was just taking a little nap while one of the other people were making a speech about who knows what. I don't know. But
all right. Well, that's my cause for the episode. As I think someone who watches this in the future needs to get on these World War II in Saipan that are getting no love, and they're really cool sites. They just need. I mean, there's not even it was like opens at 8, and I got here. It's just some old buildings in a field. Like, all right, great. But that's my cause for the day, and I think we're going to wrap it up. And then if you guys are willing to stick around, we'll continue to explore and chat.
Yes. Let's have an adventure.
Everybody's got an old building in a field they could probably name, but how many of those were involved in World War II stuff?
Right, exactly. That's
especially
what I'm saying.
In America,
right? That we don't have these kinds of sites. This is why we need to be like on top of preserving the ones we do have. That's my message to you. But we don't have an official like. I mean, I just made this up in my head just now, so there's nowhere to direct you to. But if someone wants to get on top of this and set up their own site, a GoFundMe or something for getting this done, more power to you. I'll link to it in the comments. That's all I'm really willing to do.
Wow, is it any wonder that this is not on the historical reason? I just spent 30 minutes talking about how it'd be great, dude. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I'll throw up a link or something, whatever. I got stuff I need to get done today. I don't know. Well,
unfortunately, like a lot of like calls for charity, like there's nothing official that I know of yet. Maybe that's what we need to do is search to see if there's already someone out there trying to get this done. That'll be our project for next episode.
Oh, I didn't sign up for this to do homework.
So you are neither willing to do anything to make this happen.
I'm not the one who came up with this mess.
I feel like I've done my part. I came up with the idea, and now moving on with life.
No, I'm gonna pass it on. I'm just more the idea man.
That's right.
I'm gonna pass it on to the people who can get things done.
Yeah. As soon as I meet those people, I'm gonna hand it right off to them. I got a lot to hand off to them, to be honest. All right, thanks for tuning in, Scott, Erica. Thank you both for doing another episode, and please stick around for the after party here. And to those who are watching in the future who are not going to see the after show, I encourage you to go to the Untethered page. I put a new picture on the banner up. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but tell me what you think. I'm not sure. I just wanted to change, I guess. I don't know. You can go there to follow to sign up for the Patreon, for one thing. If you want to help the show and help it progress along and get some goodies while doing it, you can sign up for the Patreon. What else? I've got Twitter. I've got Instagram to follow. I've got a blog that I post to on rare occasions. And you can set reminders for the upcoming episodes, of which we have about not quite half a dozen. So that's good. Sign up for those, and also enjoy the next video. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Jag sitter och man kommer då se personer som tar över. Jag är med sig själv i den rum. Men jag kan ändå vara lite nog bättre. 5, 4. Den är nu. Jag kan hålla det 15. Hemma runt. Personer som tar över. Jag är med sig själv i den rum. Men jag kan ändå vara lite nog bättre. 5, 4. Den är nu. Jag kan hålla det 15.